dark side of YouTube, exploring creepy channels and mysteries by Lazy Masquerade. What's good? How you day going? Morning, evening, night, whenever you're watching this video. I'm not gonna do a long intro, I'm not gonna talk your ears off. We're just gonna get right to the video and see what kind of ish humans been up to lately. But yo, if you wanna check out the original video, link will be in the description below, but let's go.
Today's video is sponsored by Raycon. There's nothing quite like getting lost in a YouTube rabbit hole. Choose
I wanna try some. I bet they
Head over to buyraycon.com/masquerade and you'll get 15% off your Raycon purchase.
I'm gonna leave all the links in the description
Raycon
below. You know what's funny? Ain't that Ray J company, Raycon?
45-day free return policy. You've really got nothing to lose. So again, that's buyraycon.com/masquerade, or simply click the link in the description below and be a part of the next wave of premium wireless audio.
Here we go.
Have you ever found yourself staying up way too late at night, going from one YouTube video to another, telling yourself that beautiful lie of, "Oh, just one more, then I'll go to bed"? Yeah, we've all been there, some of us more times than others. But there are some videos on the site which make it a little difficult to go to sleep. Nestled in amongst all those commentary channels, Let's Plays and Gordon Ramsay compilations are some truly strange and, frankly, dark uploads. Some of them are sinister by design, some of them by circumstance, but if you click around on the site long enough, you're bound to stumble into a few. Today we examine 4 items from that weird side of YouTube, which just might make you want to turn off your devices and go for a long walk outside.
The dark side of YouTube.
I feel like I'm spending way too much time dealing with other people's problems.
Let this ad play real quick so
How
you
do
get
I set
revenue
boundaries?
done. You know what's funny though? A lot of channels that starting to get dark to me. I tell you all the time, was a huge fan of like ASMR, mukbang channels, whatever. I still watch a few of them, but a lot of them do get dark. Mukbang channels, no, ASMR too. A lot of them, it feel like to me, they get darker the more I keep watching them. Like as time progresses, I should say. It's like, yo, some of them are just like, yo, this is just gluttony, dog. This is sick. Like you get big as hell. My bad, I got a little cold, dog.
I'll actually have to be careful how I talk about this first one, so please excuse any euphemisms. 25-year-old Li Xiehua, better known online as Chris Li, is, or perhaps was, a Chinese journalist and content creator with almost 70,000 YouTube subscribers. Prior to making his videos, he worked for CCTV, China's biggest state-run news channel. Now if you know anything about China, it's that freedom of expression isn't high on their to-do list, and those who either criticize the government or otherwise make it look bad are often silenced. When Chris became disillusioned by the amount of censorship going on at CCTV, he of course decided to quit, and instead began filming his own informative videos, this time documenting the truth and giving his own honest opinions. If you head over to Chris's channel, you'll see that he only has 7 videos. The first 4 deal with,
I think I know about this.
let's call it the current global situation, the Big C. They were all uploaded between the 12th and 25th of February 2020, so just when the severity of the situation was dawning on us all. He filmed these videos at the epicenter of this whole thing, Ground Zero, Wuhan. You all know where. Chris had heard through the grapevine that a prominent lawyer named Chen Qiushi had started vlogging about conditions in the city. While reporting there, Chen had mysteriously disappeared, and to this day hasn't been seen or heard from again.
Oof.
Believing there was some type of cover-up going on, and that Chen had been permanently silenced by the state, Chris travelled into the red zone to uncover the truth. With the help of some locals, he was able to find an apartment in the city and got himself a vehicle. From there, he began vlogging.
我会尽我的所能，通过我的视角，带给你们我在这里的所见所闻。我是李泽华 Chris，我们下个视频见。
Chris took his camera to the streets, conducting interviews, visiting hospitals, and exposing the failures of his government to the entire world, and showing how they were intentionally concealing what was going on there. But he was saying too much, showing too much, And it wasn't long before the strong hand of the government came knocking.
I'm quite sure he knew it was going to happen.
You don't have to be able to read,
because we all know how strict it is over there when it come to their government. But hey, some people just gonna stand on what they believe.
The government came knocking. You don't have to be able to read Mandarin to get the meaning behind Chris's first and only YouTube short. This live video, entitled SOS, is only 30 seconds long and shows a clearly terrified Chris as he travels down a motorway. He states that moments prior, a white SUV was driving directly at him down the wrong side of the road.
Damn.
Apparently, it suddenly swerved in front of his vehicle in an attempt to block his path, and the men inside told him to surrender. He instead hit the accelerator, and the SUV was now following him. Friends, I'm on the road right now, being pursued and chased by state authorities who are in an unmarked van. The only thing I can do right now is make this video. I'm in Wuhan. I'm driving very fast, and they're chasing me. Pray for me. Soon after uploading this, Chris made it back to his apartment and immediately began live streaming. The stream lasted for nearly 4 hours. The majority of that time, the screen remained black as Chris sat in the dark, lights off, not making a sound, hoping the men chasing him would think he wasn't home. At various points, you can hear them outside, knocking on his door. After hiding in the dark for over 3 hours, a distressed Chris turns on the lights and addresses his viewers. I predicted this would most likely happen, but I never knew they'd find me so quick.
My bad, let me go back. I knew he felt that way, man. But on the video, do you ever actually hear people knocking? Because, you know, a lot of the times it always seemed like that person is going, cool, but it's like, hey, did they set it up to look like that, or is it really happening XYZ? But basically, I was just wondering, like, in the real video, like, do you actually hear people outside his door knocking and ish?
Addresses his viewers. I predicted this would most likely happen, but I never knew they'd find me so quick. I'm not going to try and escape, because there's no use now. I just think it's funny. Before coming to Wuhan, after I resigned from CCTV, I had a long talk with my producer. It feels so unreal. Before, when I turned on the camera to talk, it was for others. Today, I can finally speak my own thoughts.
Damn.
But these own thoughts will probably become my final speech. At the very end of the stream, as Chris's internet connection gets weaker and more patchy, he begins talking to the men outside his apartment, explaining why it's important for a journalist to report the truth and appealing to their decency. He then opens the door. 2 men enter the apartment, and the video ends abruptly. For 2 months after that, Chris was missing. He didn't make any more videos, and his viewers feared the worst. Then, on April 22nd, 2020, after 2 months of silence, Chris suddenly uploaded a 6-minute video titled, "I'm Chris. Here is something about me since February 26th. February 26th was the day he disappeared. This video seemed completely out of character. The style of the video was totally different from all of his other uploads, as was his neutral tone. And despite being critical of the CC...
I don't even watch Dog channel, and I can already tell that one looks staged. It's like, yo, alright. Look, I'm gonna watch it, dog.
The video seemed completely out of character. The style of the video was totally different from all of his other uploads, as was his neutral tone. And despite being critical of the CCP in the past, now he was singing their praises and denouncing himself. He said that he was fine, and that he had been treated very well.
Remember we talked about that before? I was like, what if? Like, so if this whole ish be really going down, they really come get your ass, all this XYZ. What if, though, is like, we got your ass, because, all right, they come like, boom, we got your ass, because, nigga, you exposing too much, dog, they ain't what we doing, blah, 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 stop playing. Look, but then they hook you up. Like, look, we gonna hook you up, make your life better. Look, live here in this universe. Or they just have you so scared for your damn life to the point where it's like, you better do this, read this ish, or I don't know what happened next, but say, all right, shit, I'll read it, give it to me, dog. Nigga, I'm good, dog. Chip. What that word say? This nigga can't read. Put him back. But no, dog, I'm just talking ish. Do your own research. My beliefs are my beliefs. You got your own.
Despite being critical of the CCP in the past, now he was singing their praises and denouncing himself. He said that he was fine, and that he had been treated very well. The whole thing seemed oddly scripted, like Chris was being forced by the state to make this video against his will. He just stands in the center of the screen, in some blank, featureless room, robotically delivering his message. Chris even ended the video with a strange quote from the Book of Documents.
愿天佑华夏，愿世界人民团结。这些日子，无数纷乱的思绪满溢于我的脑海，有的转瞬即逝，有的只可缄默，唯独这一句不堪之论，注印于心，不可磨灭。人心为微，道心为微，为精为一，允直绝中。
In order to make the will of the people consistent with the heart of Tao and reach the state of unity of people and cosmos, only the way is concentrate all energy on cultivation to the good nature of the heart. Do not act in extreme. Do not change faith. Do not be fickle. Uphold the doctrine of the golden mean of Confucian. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know that word. Confucian. Confusion. I'm not. It sounds good as shit. I ain't gonna lie. I probably order it. Let me get that Confucian. Shit, let me stop playing with me like I ain't got Google. Let me see.
Confucian.
Oh, I was close. Okay, let me see. I ain't never heard that word. Look, I don't care. I ain't afraid to admit when I want to learn something. You sit your stupid ass in the back of class and I like you because it's popular. Oh, he don't know it. Yeah, you damn right. So teach me. Relating to Confucius or that shit got harder. I'm not gonna lie to you. Mission was unsuccessful. I couldn't find out what it meant. So just definitely teach me that part. Orthodoxy. And just to finish it off.
The setting, the delivery, everything about this video makes you wonder who's standing just off screen.
Was it staged? Was it debunked?
Since that final video, Chris hasn't uploaded any new content and hasn't made any posts on his social media accounts either. He's simply vanished from the internet. With China's dodgy human rights track record, many have become concerned for Chris's safety and well-being, myself included. Many suspect he's been placed in a re-education camp. Others fear something even worse might have happened to him. But what Chris did was incredibly important. He exposed the truth about the global situation at a time when true reports out of China were hard to come by. He was brave enough to speak out, and I fear he may have paid dearly for that.
Konnichiwa, virtual YouTuber のヌグムです。尼崎に住んでます。バイオ生き血がすすりたいでのお前のすぐ後ろにいるんじゃ。
If you're into creepy visuals, there's this weird Japanese YouTube channel known as Nugamu. The actual name, which looks like this, is pronounced WOW. This eerie doll figure, who introduces himself as the virtual YouTuber Nugamu, features in nearly every upload, and with the channel having amassed nearly 55,000 subscribers at the time of writing, it's safe to say he definitely caught people's attention, even outside of Japan. In each upload, Nugamu says some pretty unsettling things. How he wants his viewers to send him their eyeballs, how he's standing right behind you, how we're all just meat, things of that nature.
Well, we are just meat.
All the while, ominous music plays in the background.
追いかけるのは私です。では始めましょう。
The videos that don't feature Nugamu are even more chilling.
Konnichiwa.
Hey, nigga! Where I throw this weed if I'd have burned this damn shit up? Hold up, damn.
adding to the eeriness of...
I found it. God, dog! Hey, you know how I found my lighter? The last Mr. Nightmare video we watched, that happened, dog. I threw my lighter, and I heard it go ding, ding, ding. So I'm looking around here, because I'm thinking if it went ding, 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 it had to hit something over here in order to make that sound. My bad. Boy, I was sitting there editing my video, right? I'm editing. I'm like, oh, this part, let me see where my lighter went. I'm watching. I'm like, and the whole time, that ball went back there. I thought it went into the fish tank. I was like, oh, that's going to be effed up. But luckily, it didn't. It was like, it hit over there and behind. Oh, my bad, dog. I just screamed all in here. I was in hell in the weed and everything. And the funny part is, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was about to get the channel props. I'm like, yo, this is a creepy channel, and it looked like it's someone using that app, whatever that you can use to make like people like pictures are talking, like they're using that on a dial or something. But it's creepy. It obviously got some jump scares too. But I was like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of liking the channel. It's weird as shit, like up my alley. So far, I'm rocking with the channel. It just started. I don't know if it's gonna get a little more dark. Oh, dog, little creepy ass doll. I love good doll stories too, my bad.
Konnichiwa.
Adding to the eeriness of this whole thing, Nugamu's video titles are all gibberish. He uses obscure...
That's even more creepier.
Whole thing. Nugamu's video titles are all gibberish. He uses obscure and random kanji to make nonsensical sentences. And it's not just Nugamu typing strange things either. If you scroll down into the comments of any of his videos, you're gonna come across some weird things. Even if you only speak English, it's clear there's something off about them. The sections are full of people talking about how cute Nugamu is, how handsome he is, how good his bare chest looks, how they want to have babies with him. Yeah,
that wasn't
his fan
my
base
reason.
Seems overly dedicated, let's put it like that. They not only leave these amorous comments, they make fan art of him, follow him on social media, and generally just adore him. It's bizarre. So what's going on here? Because of the nature of his uploads, some people suggested that Nugamu's videos were full of coded messages. Others thought that they were a platform for people to meet and order items from the dark web. A place for customers to leave a comment with a specific, innocent word or phrase to confirm their order. Because of the size of Nugamu's following and the dedication of his fans, many believed there was something deeper going on under the surface. If this was just creepiness for the sake of being creepy, the channel wouldn't have grown so large, right? Well, as it turns out, there is...
Not true. Because as you obviously hear, look, one of my reasons were not one of those, oh, I'm standing. But it was just like, it seemed like some really put together good creepy-ish. You know, humans ain't hurting nobody so far. The dark web thing, at first I was like, oh, okay, this is someone really digging really hard. But then when he was like the message part, I was like, okay, dude, that could be a real thing. Like, I needed someone to get the message off. And I hate when I be editing and I see myself looking over here. Ain't shit over here, y'all. I just can't look at the camera straight sometimes. But yeah, like I was saying, it's some creepy-ish, so I would have peeped it out too. It's downright chilling.
If this was just creepiness for the sake of being creepy, the channel wouldn't have grown so large, right? Well, as it turns out, there is a deeper message to the channel, but it's nowhere near as dark as you might expect. Before the Nugamu channel came into existence, a massive wave of Japanese virtual YouTubers started gaining popularity on the site.
Don't forget the waifus.
Most of them featured avatars of cute characters, and the whole thing became a massive trend, with loads of people making these virtual YouTube videos, and even more watching and subscribing to them. This is where Nugamu fits in. His channel kind of stands in opposition to those videos, a sort of anti-VTuber if you will. All of his seemingly obsessed fans? Yeah, they're in on the joke, playing along, and leaving the same type of comments that get left on the typical virtual YouTube accounts. In a way, these dark and seemingly alarming videos are actually quite wholesome. You keep doing you, Nugamu.
See, I love when I don't be looking crazy by myself. It wasn't just me. I said that right. It was cool. Leave people alone. People always have, leave people alone. Damn. Keep doing you, nigga. I mean, Nugamu.
Quite wholesome. You keep doing you, Nugamu.
Oh, we got an ad anyway.
So this next entry actually comes from a Facebook post. A post about a YouTube ad. One that, supposedly, watches you back. There's no footage to go along with it, just this screenshot, but the text itself paints a very clear and very unsettling picture. So back in 2019, a Facebook user named Raul Navarrete created a post that got shared around and gained a lot of attention.
I'm sorry, that was weird. Wait, my bad. I had to say it look, content, okay? He said the YouTuber watch you back. Why not pretend it was me? We know it ain't me. Surprise, but I don't want to watch your little stank ass. Nobody would have watched Dog Jack off.
Watches you back. There's no footage to go along with it, just this screenshot, but the text itself paints a very clear and very unsettling picture. So back in 2019, a Facebook user named Raul Navarrete created a post that got shared around and gained a lot of attention. It revolves around an anuncio inteligente, or smart ad. Now I don't speak Spanish, but two very helpful people in my Discord server do, so big thanks to Isabeau and Lavender for translating this into English. Here's Raul's story.
Okay.
Something super weird just happened. I was watching YouTube on my smart TV, when, all of a sudden, an ad showed up, as is common on YouTube. I was gonna skip, when I noticed this ad was more than 5 hours long.
Damn.
It surprised me, and I called my dad so he could see the length of the video. I took a picture while I waited for my dad to get there. The girl in the ad kept talking, and by the time my dad got there, she directed her eyes at him. Even my dad joked that she was looking at him. My dad and I stood in front of the TV. The girl went quiet, and we felt like she was looking at the both of us.
Skip that shit, dog.
We kept thinking that that was impossible, that she couldn't look at us.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I would have left it on there. She ain't looking at me anyway. She looking at the dog.
In front of the TV. The girl went quiet, and we felt like she was looking at the both of us. We kept thinking that that was impossible, that she couldn't look at us, since this wasn't a video call. It was an ad on YouTube. It was simply impossible for her to see us. We laughed at how dumb it sounded, and the girl kept speaking. But all of a sudden, she got close to the screen, and we started to feel a little uncomfortable and scared. My dad wanted to test if she was looking at us, so he said "chunga" a couple of times. Then something incredible happened. The Asian girl said "chunga" back. In that moment, we got scared, and I looked for the remote to skip the ad. Between my dad and I, we decided we were really tired. It had been a long day, but either way, we couldn't ignore this fact, and we turned off the TV.
Oh gosh, I'm high as fuck. He did just zoom in, right? Okay, it kind of went in. Oh, this just jumped in me. I'm not playing. I'm not overreacting. I ain't gonna lie, we know what it is here, but it really just hit me in my head. I just hit like a whole different reality out of nowhere, boy. It was like she was like, "Boo, nigga." What's the THC on this, real quick? Oh, it's way over there. Never mind. I'm tripping, dog.
Incredible happened. The Asian girl said "chunga" back.
I take it that means high.
In that moment, we got scared, and I looked for the remote to skip the ad. Between my dad and I, we decided we were really tired. It had been a long day, but either way, we couldn't ignore this fact, and we turned off the TV. My doubts are, what the hell happened? Do TVs have cameras? If this is true, then I can see surveillance being possible. And finally, has YouTube been hacked? This thing that happened to my dad and I scared us. If something similar has happened to you, I'd like to know your story.
Hell no.
This was mine.
Thank goodness I've changed, dog.
So obviously, there isn't any video proof to help legitimize this story, and all we have to go off is Raul's word that this is true.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I was waiting for, oh shit, she coming back. I ain't gonna lie though, I was waiting on a little more than just, okay, she spoke when we spoke. And again, that was some good timing though. I was like, well damn, that really just happened. But she's coming back though, so like we got more to the story, so I'm gonna let it finish anyway.
Video proof to help legitimize this story.
She said, what you say,
all we
nigga?
have to go off
She
is
came
Raul's
back.
word that this is true. In fairness, I have seen some crazy ads play on YouTube. Some have legit been over 2 hours.
My bad, last stop. Remember that one ad we got? I can't remember the ad. I can't remember the video. If you really rock the channel, do you know what I'm talking about? It was like some, I want to say, was it some Indian ad? It was something strange as ish. The issue was selling, I can't even remember fully. I just remember it was so strange that I watched it to the point where it was like we done reacted to it. But it was like, yo, this ad feels directed. I was like, I feel like no one on the planet got that ad. Selena! Oh, don't do that. You scared the hell out of me. All right. Talking about that shit and she was gonna pull at my... All right, here I come. Talking about this shit, she's just gonna yank at my door. That's why I got locks on my shit so I can hear. So as soon as I hear, yup, gun right there, gun right there. Sometimes it's right here. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna put it on camera though. Back to the video, my bad.
This story, and all we have to go off is Raul's word that this is true. In fairness, I have seen some crazy ads play on YouTube. Some have legit been over 2 hours, and I have seen ones that are really unsettling too. A lot of them aren't even trying to sell you anything, so it's pretty obvious to me that YouTube doesn't have the strictest requirements when it comes to advertising on their platform. That being said, unless there was hacking involved or YouTube was testing some sort of new ad function, I think the girl looking at them was just a pure coincidence. That, or more likely, Raul just made the whole thing up. I'm almost 100% sure it's not possible to even livestream a commercial, let alone...
I was about to say, is it like some new thing they were testing, like a live ad? I was just about to go there.
The whole thing up. I'm almost 100% sure it's not possible to even livestream a commercial, let alone make an ad that's an actual video chat. So, as interesting and haunting as this story's concept is, I think it's just that. A story. A good one, though.
I agree, it was a good one. Those, never mind.
Maura Murray was a 21-year-old nursing student at the University of Massachusetts, Amherst. On February 9th...
Let me hear that one more time.
Maura Murray was a 21-year-old nursing student at the University of Massachusetts, Amherst. On February 9th, 2004, she disappeared from the face of the earth after getting into a car accident on Route 112. The events leading up to her vanishing are both cryptic and suspicious to say the least, and transform this from an ordinary missing persons case to a truly intriguing, albeit bone-chilling, mystery. Just before leaving her university campus that fateful afternoon, Maura emailed her professors, informing them that she was taking a week off school due to a loss in the family. That was a lie. Nobody in Maura's family had passed on. This got people thinking that maybe Maura was running from something. Or someone. Even before that day, Maura had been acting unusually. 3 months before she went missing, Maura had been caught using a stolen credit card to pay for meals at restaurants. 4 days prior to vanishing, a university supervisor noticed that Maura had broken down in tears. When they approached her, they said that Maura was just completely zoned out, no reaction at all, totally unresponsive. 2 days prior, Maura accidentally smashed her father's car into a guardrail after possibly consuming a few drinks.
Accidentally, huh? Hate these stories, man. It seemed like so far it's gonna be one of those ones where someone check out, something else takes the body, and then we just don't know what it is. If it's drugs, if it's not, if it's they on the run, don't know.
They said that Maura was just completely zoned out, no reaction at all, totally unresponsive. 2 days prior, Maura accidentally smashed her father's car into a guardrail after possibly consuming a few drinks. A few hours before the incident, Maura withdrew $280 from an ATM for unknown reasons. Sometime between 4 and 5 PM on the day of her disappearance, she set off in her car. She made no calls to tell anyone about her planned destination. It was sometime after 7 PM that Maura crashed her vehicle into a snowbank. The authorities arrived at the scene. Her car's windshield was cracked, the airbags were deployed, but there was no sign of Maura Murray anywhere.
You love your stuff.
Expensive items, such as diamond jewelry, were found inside the car, along with empty bottles, Maura's AAA card, and a book called Not Without Peril, a guide to climbing in the White Mountains. Since that collision, Maura's whereabouts and well-being remain unknown. She simply disappeared from the face of the earth, never to be seen or heard from again. Some believe personal problems got the better of her, and she went missing on her own accord. Others believe that something more nefarious happened to her, that she was chased down by some obsessive stalker, or that she caught a ride with the wrong guy. For the longest time, there were no developments in the case. Then, exactly 8 years after Maura vanished, this video, titled Happy Anniversary, was uploaded to YouTube.
What? Oh, I think I know this story. I think I saw this one. Is he playing the piano or?
That's the whole video. This old guy just stares into the camera, laughing, then gives a knowing wink. The words "Happy Anniversary" are then plastered over the screen. This Happy Anniversary video was uploaded on the 8th anniversary of Maura Murray's disappearance. It was uploaded by a user named 112 Dirtbag. Maura had vanished en route 112, and her father had famously used the word dirtbags to describe whoever had taken her. This was no coincidence. This old man wasn't just making an anniversary video for his wife and then suddenly remembered something really funny. This was intentional. It didn't take long before other users started making these connections. Word started spreading that 112 Dirtbag was responsible for whatever happened to Maura Murray, and this video was uploaded to torment her family, laughing at the fact that he'd gotten away with what he had done. This was brought to the attention of the authorities, and an investigation began. Despite taking the video off the site, the guy behind the channel, a man named Alden Olson, also from Massachusetts, was tracked down and questioned. People thought this was going to be a huge break in the case.
Nah, it ain't gonna be nothing.
In actuality, the whole thing was a hoax. He was just some old codger who'd become enthralled by Maura's disappearance, and wanted to insert himself into it in some way. It was all just a joke. A big, funny joke.
Damn, nigga! My bad, dog.
To this day, we still don't know what happened to Maura. I'm inclined to believe that the loss in her family she was talking about was in reference to herself. She then either started a new life somewhere else, or ended the one she already had. Still, even though this dirtbag wasn't responsible for her disappearance, it's completely possible another dirtbag was. We don't have any answers, so all we can do is speculate. And hope for the best.
And that'd be the worst.
So all we can do is speculate. And hope for the best.
Oh, I thought just one eye moved. I about to say, how you do that? I remember my grandma, she used to pop her damn teeth out. Boy, that shit used to trip me out. Her whole face would shrink. It'd be like, I'd be like, what the hell? Real quick, hold up. Back. My bad, dog. My bad, I have to go let my girl out real quick. Damn, I forgot what we was talking about. This is the end of the video. Y'all got me a snack. I ain't about to speak in the freaking mukbang. I ain't about to eat all in your ear. But yo, don't even remember what we was talking about, dog. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the video, man. This one, I ain't multi-cap. I was about to make some shit up off the head, boy. Hey, go ahead and get up out of here, dog. Enjoy your day. Morning, evening, night, we're watching this video. But I'm out.